Hello, my name is Opemi Paul Laguke, and today I will be presenting the FullBright scholarship management system that I implemented. The system was designed to manage the end-to-end scholarship application process, including features for both students and administrators. As we can see, the main features implemented include the user accounts for students, administrators, and committee members. Students can submit applications and track their status. Admins can review eligibility, assign statuses, make final selections. Notifications are sent to users in real time for updates, and committee members can vote on eligible candidates. The tech stack used include React.js for the front end, Node.js for the back end. For the database, I use PostgreSQL hosted on Superbase, and for the programming language, I use JavaScript. A few of the major changes include the adjustment of the database schema to optimize performance and the incorporation of React Query for state management and fetching. So here I have the actual web application, and I'm going to show you highlighting the eligibility review process. So basically I'm signed in as an admin, as you can see up here, so I have access to all student applications, as you can see right here. I can view their application, view all the information on the application. I can also go to the eligibility review, which is a place where we basically check if each student is eligible to even receive the scholarship. So just starting with a couple of them. So just look at this student who has a GPA of 2.0 and an age of 25. As we know, he does not meet the requirements because the minimum of the he exceeds the age restriction and doesn't meet the GPA requirement. So watch what happens when we check eligibility. As you can see, it says not eligible, GPA below minimum requirements, and the age exceeds the limit. So as you can see, it works based off the guidelines we were given. So now let's look at another student who does meet that requirement. So we see Tammy with a GPA of 3.8 and the right credit hours, right age, preferred academic status, GPA of 4, and the good credit. So once we hit on check eligibility, as you can see, it says she's eligible. And we can do this for all of them actually. It will automatically check if they're eligible. As you can see, it assigns them accordingly. So this is the eligibility review code, and I'm just going to do a quick run through. So in this section, I used a lot of React hooks, use state and use effect in particular. They were both to just manage state management and used for side effects like fetching data. So as you can see here, we started by fetching the verified application data from the dummy registrar's database. Uh, Once we got the application, we used these two helper functions to, first of all, for the get eligible info, we used that function to basically locate the specific applicant and get their verified information from the registrar's database. And then from the is application eligible, we use this to find out if the application was eligible, if it was marked as eligible. Then this is the function that actually checks and compares if the student's application is the same, the information in the student's application is the same as the information in the registrar's database. And as you can see, it uses all the eligibility criteria set in the actual elements, so ensuring that the GPA is at a minimum of 3.2, credit hours at a minimum of 12, age at a minimum of 23, etc. So once this is done, we parse the record and then add it to the database using this create eligibility mutation function. Now what all of this function does basically is just to update the database in Superbase. And then we use this add function to basically push this user notification to the students in real time. The rest of this is just the event code showing you how we mapped all the data, the verified applications onto this, and that's pretty much it. We can also take a look at the student side. So here I logged in as Tammy Smith, where we get to take a look at her application. We get to take a look at her application right here, which she has already submitted, and we see the information on it. We can also see the notifications. As you saw before, we checked if this her application was eligible, and as you can see, she automatically got real-time notification updates with the time and the message. Now, continuing the story right from the eligibility review because of the time constraints. So from the admin page, we can see the applications, we can mark them as eligible and not eligible based off their application information, and finally the scholarship selection. Now, the thing about the scholarship selection is it only shows eligible applicants from the eligibility review. So as you can see, uh, Dante Smith is in here, for example, and all eligible applicants can be found here. So it shows their GPA, their semester GPA, the status here, and the gender, and it also allows the committee members to vote as needed. So the reason why these two are the scholarship finalists is because they are both juniors, they are both female, and they both have the same GPA and semester GPA 4 and 4. So if there was a scenario where it was just Regina Harris, for example, with the rest of these two, she would have automatically been selected as the winner. But because there are two of them, interview and voting is needed as necessary. So committee members can log in after the interview, vote accordingly, and then select the winner. But, but only the administrator can select a winner, not the committee members. So for example, let's assume that the committee members have voted and they gave it to Regina Harris. We can just select the winner. It's going to give you a confirm final selection. And finally, she is the winner. So she will receive a notification from her end saying she has won the scholarship and telling her the next steps. So basically, this is my application of the FullBright Scholarship Portal, and this is the student application. This is